doing today? Hope you guys are doing fine. One of the things that I'm just saying to myself as I'm taking a walk of the venue for Canton Fair here in Guangzhou, China, is what is it that China has that Africa doesn't have? Okay. And China has leverage when it comes to manufacturing because the population is large. So China population is 1.4 billion, right? Nigeria's population, if we're going to do credible census, we should be almost 400 million. So we have the population, but we haven't leveraged on it to be a productive country, right? So instead, we're a consumption country. We just enjoy consuming, right? And we've just been consuming. So a whole place was created, and I'm going to still do a video from the top, right? From about over 30-story building. A whole place was created for fair, right? This is Canton Fair. Alright, can you see all this place and much more are all, where so for me, I just kept thinking to myself, if we even want to create something, if we even want to do a fair like this, do we even have a venue? Right? Do we even have a venue that can be over 150 something thousand people came for this, right? Do we even have a venue that can have showroom that can accommodate different exhibitors? Stories I hear from people who come for Canton Fest, they even get dizzy. It's so big, so huge, and like I said, I'm still going to do a video from the top so you kind of have an idea of how huge it is. The part 2 starts tomorrow. Fortunately, I'm just seeing what I can do because I'm here and I need to leave tomorrow and I don't know what I'm gonna do anyway, but probably just come to 2 hours or so tomorrow. Okay, so just show you guys how huge the location is. We can do this. We can develop our country, right? What just gets me really upset is how we have so much misplaced priority, and sometimes I just say, who is doing us, right? Fight ourselves, become toxic, become negative, all manner of stuff going on, and it's just such a shame. For me, I just say, can we come together? Can we do things together? Okay, can we work together? Can we promote each other? Right? So you don't see people constantly. How many times have you seen another Chinese person constantly come for each other, bring each other down, break each other silly, attack the next person? Can we major on the major, right? If we're going to build things like this, right? This is all part of exhibition spots for Canton Fair, right? And that's when you come, even if you dedicate a week for Canton Fair, you will still not be able to exhaust all the various locations, all the various exhibitions. You still wouldn't, okay? because it's just so massive, just so huge. So how do we become a creative, a productive economy? How do we create? How do we prioritize creation? How do we prioritize manufacturing? How do we support manufacturing? Right? How do we build a nation that prioritize, being able to create something that somebody will pay for? Okay, and how do we make sure we don't tear each other apart? So, for me, I just say to myself, we have what it takes, for how bad, how are you? We have what it takes to, build a great nation, right? We have what it takes to create all this, guys. All this is still part of Canton Plan. It's just huge. Like, it's just huge from one, complex to another complex to another complex. We don't even have it, right? And massive hotels to match as well. So you have hotels that you're able to residents or visitors can stay, right? So everything is there's just work to make sure everything is available, and so you can come and just shop from all over the world. Okay, God will help us. We can't be comparing the commercial hub of the world with us. I just left. What do you mean by you can't become? What do you mean by you can't compare? Right? Just a few years ago, where was China? Even in the conversation of manufacturing. Okay, so don't tell me we can't be comparing. We have to compare. We have to put pressure on each other as a nation to change. We have to have those conversations, right? We must have the conversation about the need for change, right? The need to build a productive nation. We have to have that conversation. Everybody has to start somewhere. Okay? We may not be there now, but we start somewhere. We start one day. We start the conversation. Can we start producing? One of the things, China is now top 10 when it comes to innovation, and they're spending so much on research and development, right? But China has given us a blueprint that anybody can use. Okay? Simple blueprint. What did China do? China decided to copy what America is doing. Okay? They decided to start copying what America is doing, but leverage on the fact that they have a larger population to do it cheaper. And as they kept doing it cheaper, today now, China is now on the journey of also moving towards top 10 innovative country. Now, before now, China was way behind. In fact, as of 2012, China was 30 in the world when it comes to innovation. But in manufacturing, okay, they were number one. Do you see what we're talking about? So they just focus on where we may not be able to compete in innovation, but we can compete in production because we have the population. So what am I saying? What is it that China has? Population. What is it that Nigeria has? Population. Do you see? So for me, that's what we all need to, and it's just a conversation that we all have to think about and begin to work on. My frustration isn't that somebody can't think about this or we can't do it. My frustration is that once you start it, a fellow Nigerian, okay, begins to sell lies about you, begins to pull you down, begins to, and for whatever reason, there are also enough Nigerians willing to be entertained by those nonsense. So, I don't know. Okay, I really don't know. I was like, there are certain things that you are just human, and you're just one person. How much can you push? Because the idea like this, we really can't push it in Nigeria. But when you start it, somebody sits somewhere and makes it their life mission to just pull you down. And it really can be frustrating, but we have to keep encouraging each other, because it's not something one person needs to do, right? It's something that the collective needs to do. If we collectively come together and say we want to build a productive nation, want to build a nation that is number one in production, okay, then yes, we can do it. But my argument is that it has to be something that all of us want to do. It can't be something that one person will do. It has to be collective if it is sustainable. Okay? It has to be collective. It has to be, many of the ideas that last the idea may come from one person, but it takes collective, contribution for the idea to be sustained, right? So it takes everyone agreeing to say this must work for it to be sustained. And for me, that's the encouragement I have for everyone today. One person may start it, but we need a collective agreement to say, by the way, all this work I'm working on, all this still part of Canton Fair. Everywhere you are seeing it's still Canton Fair. It's like a whole city was built, just like Expo, just like building an Expo city, right? That's how Canton Fair is, but much bigger, right? Way much bigger. I was part of Expo 2020 in Dubai, okay, but I can tell you definitely Expo 2020 Dubai, in terms of the location, the size, is not compared to this, right? This is gigantic, and I'm gonna do another video from over 30th floor, and you will appreciate this better by the time I do that video. But hey, let's keep encouraging each other, and that's my message for everyone today. Let's, agree to push positive narrative about Africa. Let's agree to support African entrepreneurs. Let's agree to push the right messaging, the right narrative. And something tells me that if we prioritize that, it may take a while, but we'll get there. Okay? We will get there. That's all I can say, right? It may take a while, but we will get there. Can somebody type, we will get there. Business is not easy. That I can tell you. Anywhere in the world, it's tough running businesses. But once the mindset is right, then we can build something really powerful and something great. Once the mindset is right. For you to have an idea of how big this is, I think I'm lost actually. Okay, I think I'm lost, but I'll figure it out. I think I'm lost. I didn't capture the map of my hotel from the outside, so which will have helped me. Okay, but back to our conversation. Anyway, all these are still part of the Canton Fair, and actually they figured out a way to link everything up, so you're moving from one location to the other. Even some of the hotels have entrances, right? So every part is just different part, different segment. Like a lot of what you're seeing here are gardens, home, artificial plant, expo, right? It's what's going on in this part of the Canton Fair, right? So you have different parts, different products they are focused on. Okay, so let's stay positive. Let's continue to push the narrative about why we need to invest in production in the manufacturing space. Let's push the conversation about wealth creation, about supporting other entrepreneurs, and I see God helping us. Okay? God bless you all. I'm going to pause now so I can figure out where I'm going. Right? Live from Canton Fair, China. God bless you. Bye-bye.